They told me that Jamaica is like a dangerous place for girls, and not only for girls, like you have gunshots in the streets and people are getting killed there. And I wanted to go to Jamaica because you have this other side of Jamaica, but I was so afraid back then. It's my family, my environment that told me what is good for me.
It's marriage or bi?
I left my marriage after 12 years of being together. I started my path of aloneness when I was 31
Years old.
with a ילד kapara.
Yeah, and then I took her, I took her on my back and we flew to Jamaica in order like to find out herself. This was, I think, her after marriage trip.
Yeah, it was after marriage trip.
And we flew for like 5 months.
Today I am going to share with you my bare story about my marriage, about what happened there, and what caused me to left home after 12 years of building this home. So come with me to this story. It will be interesting.
I'm here also.
I'm here also.
We're the Yaman Girls. We're sisters. We have 11 years between us. We came to Jamaica in order to make music and speak, make
And
this
blog
blog
about it.
about life and share with you.
So come with us to the journey. When I finished high school, I was 18, and then I recruited to the army. It was 2007. I recruited to the army, yeah, and like every Israeli that is going to the army is in shock, totally shocked. And I did things in order
No,
to
I
survive.
think they don't understand what this shock means. No, like, imagine, you don't know where you are going to, okay? You are like, Mom, I want home.
Yeah,
Mom,
there is no mom
why they are
anymore,
taking me? Like, why? Okay, this is the situation.
It's like they take you from your day-to-day life and just put
As a kid, okay?
Yeah,
Kid.
put you in a base and then start to shout on you and tell you what to do. You should
And
do
if
that,
not,
you
you'll
should do
go
that.
to jail.
You should do that, you should do that. And I'm like, you are waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning and then you should run to that, you do that. And then I'm like, what am I doing here? Why my life changed so much?
Leave
What
me
is it?
alone.
I
I
was
want
really
to go to my
happy
bed.
back then. So I wanted to cry to my mom, and I did it a lot of times. Every day you have only 1 hour to call to your beloved ones. You know?
No. It's 1 hour to shower,
Yeah.
to put your sheet on.
Shit on.
Sheet on your bed because every day you need to remove your sheets. And okay, no matter, it's another story.
Yeah, it's really, I don't
It's
know.
another story.
But it's a one that is open in our heart. So
yeah.
after a while, maybe more than half a year, that I was in the army, I went to an officer course, and then I met my future husband, He was with me in the same group of people, and we were friends at first, and then after it, things leads to another, and we become a couple. I was really in love, like I was falling in love, and he was falling hardly in love, of course.
She was young. She was 19 when they just met.
I was almost 19, even not 19.
Even 19.
And then he took me to my birthday, my 19th birthday, to a small hotel cabin, like, the romantic cabin in the north of Israel. And it was really lovely.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was happy and excited, and it was my first, everything was first there. Like, I haven't been with a boyfriend before that. I was really thrilled because it was the first time that I trust someone to put my heart in and just, go with the flow. And we were a couple for 3 years, and then I was in the army for 4.5 years, so it was, a long time.
All this time.
And then when Israeli girl released the army, all the Israelis actually released the army, they start to wonder what they want to do with their life. And it's like a phase that you are young now and you don't have any commitment anymore, and you need to start to build your path or your desires or whatever. And every Israeli goes into the trip after army, most of them, in order to clean their mind, to understand.
Because you feel like you did a lot of things in the army. You feel like you've been working for like 2-3 years, and you've done so much, and after all high school and all this, so you feel like you want to do something just for freedom. So that's what you're doing.
Yeah, you have to feel the freedom and to lose, and then also to arrange your thoughts, like when you are coming back from the trip, what you are going to do. You need to be mature, to think what you want to study, all of this. So when I was 22 and a half, something like that, I released the army. And also with me and my boyfriend back then, things started to be complicated. Like we were 3.5 years together, and I felt that I'm not in the good path with him, and he's going to continue with the army, and I wanted him to come with me to the trip, and I was afraid actually to go by myself because all my friends did it already because I was released 1.5 year after them, and I wanted to do that. Like it was my dream. It's not only because to clear my mind. My father was back then traveling a lot, and I saw the pictures, and it was my dream since I was 10. Since I remember myself actually to be in a wild field and to see cultures and stuff like that. So I just went. I bought my ticket 2 weeks after that in order to just see what happened. And I know that I can blend with people. I have these society skills, so I'm good at it. But it was scary at hell. And I back then I told him I want you to come with me. Na na na. He told me that he cannot, and I told him that I want to break up. It's more complicated than that, but let's do it like that.
Simple.
Yeah. Because I
He
felt
didn't
that
want
I
to
need.
join me, so I broke up with
Yeah.
you. Same fellas.
I felt that I need my freedom actually, and I'm afraid, and I need to grow up, without his help, without my mom's help, or whatever. So I bought this ticket and I packed my backpack, and I flew. I flew to Bolivia, and I started in South America and then Central America, and then I went to Cuba. And from Cuba, I heard about a lovely island called Jamaica. And I wanted to take a cruise to Jamaica and then to be there, but after
It
long,
was back then in like 2010,
2012.
2012, yeah. It's like a long time ago.
It's true. And I really wanted to go to Jamaica, and then people told me that it's dangerous to travel alone, like by myself. And they told me that Jamaica is like a dangerous place for girls, and not only for girls, like you have gunshots in the streets and people are getting killed there. And I wanted to go to Jamaica because you have this other side of Jamaica, but I was so afraid back then, and I knew that I'm not ready. Like I need to maybe
Wait for me.
maybe wait for
I was
Ayelet.
too
I don't
young.
know. Ayelet was only 12 back then. And
She told me, let's go to Jamaica, but I was like, no, wait. 10
I need to
minutes,
grow.
10 minutes. 10 minutes, 10 years. 10 minutes are coming.
10 minutes, I'm coming! Okay. I was also a bit afraid because I had two extreme story in my trip. It's not for now, but it become for me difficult to just trust. So when they say to me that Jamaica is really dangerous, I wanted to go there, but I didn't have the courage or the self-ability to do that by myself in that time. So I decided not to go to Jamaica, right? After that, I went back to Israel, and now you need to decide what you need to do with your life, but nobody tells you that nobody knows, never. Like, even when you're 50, 60, 70, nobody knows what you want to be when you will be grown up.
In Israel, it feels like everyone knows, they have their plan, they need to go to the university, they want to study that and that, but
Nobody knows.
they study and then they're like, I don't want to do that.
So I started to plan my future. Like what do I do, what I want, and I didn't know. And I just had this pressure to go to study already because I'm old, I was in the army for a long time. And I met a guy in the trip that I really fell in love with, but I didn't really let my heart be there because my family really loved the other guy that I went with. More than that, it's my family, my environment that told me what is good for me, but also, I wasn't really confident with myself to understand, okay, this I don't want, and I listened to the environment in every term, like to go to the army, to be an officer, after that to come back here, and then to go to study, whatever, it doesn't matter what, only go to the university, and after that to get married and all of this. So me and my ex, we just texted after a while, and I thought that I'm, I think, fooling myself, but I told him that I want to be in secret to see if I really want him and he really wants me, in order to really build something together, because now I know that if I'm commit to this guy, I know who is it, like we dated for a long time, so
It's marriage.
Yeah.
It's marriage or bi?
Yeah, because I know what he wants from me, and I don't want to mislead him. So within myself, it's like now we are dating in secret, only me and him. It was 1 month because we knew that the families
I
love
knew
each
it,
other.
I knew it, you know. You remember what happened?
No, what happened?
She walked with. I used to be awake until late when I was young. I just liked it to watch TV and stuff. And then one time she got into the room, like we have a common room for all the family, that there is a computer there. And I watched a series, and then she got into the room to take shoes or something, and I saw her with bags. And then I was like, where are you going? It's 1 a.m., something like that. And then she was like, I'm going to meet beep. I'm going to meet my ex. And I was like, really? You're together? And then she's like, I'm checking. We'll see. You don't remember this situation?
I knew everything in our. She was part of it in a way.
I was really young.
She was young, but she was part of it. And also, when back then I came back to my parents' house, so it was like half a year, maybe a year that I was there, and Ayelet was there also because she was young, and everybody left the house. So eventually, we went back together. And me and him got married. So he proposed, and I say yes. I was so surprised, shocking.
I knew it. It took me to choose a ring. I don't know why it took me. I was so young. I didn't know what's beautiful, what's not. But I went with him to these shops of like all the jewelries and the diamonds. That time I knew I want a real diamond. No, I'm kidding. But it took me to choose, and he told me don't tell anyone. And I was so excited. My sister is getting married. I'll have grandkids. No grandkids. I'll have nieces and nephews. I wanted.
So it was 1 a.m. and he did an amazing proposal. A lot of roses, around the table.
So romantic.
I was excited actually. It was after my 25 birthday. He brought me skydiving and kite surfing and a lot of stuff. And I was amazed and it was really nice. And after that, that's it. I never got present anymore.
You know how is it? The guys, they're giving you a lot of present before. Once they get married, that's it, they forget you.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was my story. What do you think about my story, huh? So, I said yes, and then we got married actually, and with everything, like all the cliches that you want, like the white dress, the tuxedo.
You want pictures? Okay, we'll get pictures.
Everything was there. It was really amazing party actually, because all the people that I love in one place, and we're having fun. Back then I didn't understand that I'm not taking a step forward to myself and to choose what I really want. To break up with him before, it was the hardest thing that I have ever done, because it was to align with my willing and be against, I will say, all my mom and my father feelings and what they think about my route or my path that I'm taking. And they thought that I got crazy to buy a ticket for 1 year, It was open ticket and I don't know when I'm coming back, and to say goodbye to a good guy. He was really nice guy and like it's more than nice. Yeah, he's like he's amazing actually. Yeah, in every term.
But what was the problem? Why you broke up?
I felt that something is lack in this communication or connection or deep level of feeling, of understanding. Something about the emotional connection, communication and connection was lack. I wasn't developing that section, and I know now, it wasn't back then. I know now that this is my present on earth. Like, I need this emotional communication. It's my core. It's not something on the side. There are people that can live like that and it's okay. But me, it's my core. This is what I know. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm delivering to people. So if I will not have it in my relationship, I will feel like it doesn't matter what I will do and with whom I will connect in that level. I would feel like with my husband, and I don't want it. And it's something that I didn't really understood back then, that this is what I lack, but I knew that I want to leave. And when I knew that I want to leave, I left. And it was difficult because I all the time had the voice in my head that maybe he loved me and this is a comfort zone and I know this zone and really take care of me and a really good guy and I love him also. Like I love him until now. It's not something that changed, you know? So maybe it will be comfortable to live like this, and that's what I thought. And I really committed to this journey. It's not that I was one leg here and one leg there. Like when I said, okay, yes, to this marriage, I was committed. I wanted it to be successful. And then life happened. You know, things are coming into you and a lot of tests, and I think it's lessons from God. And back then I didn't have this language or understanding that everything is a lesson. Like I knew something in my head, but it's not how I look at life like now. And I felt this lack every day. This lack, I think it's two path. I throw it on him and I blamed him in a lot of ways because it was my mirror, you know, when you are in a relationship and you are not good with yourself, something is lacking in yourself and you don't really develop yourself and you don't really go in your path and your core, if you don't understand that that's what you are doing, so you blame the environment. This is the first thing. I think the first thing to grow as a person is to understand that you need to stop blame the other people. Everything is in your heart. And what I did, I just, for my parents, I moved everything toward him and I blamed him in every fear that I had and that I didn't cross. Like in my mind it was like if I wanted to, for example, be independent, okay, to do something that it's not in the office. So I thought to myself, no, he wants me to be in the office because he wants me to be there because he. All the time in my mind I put him as my guard and said he doesn't want me, so I will behave like that. He doesn't want, so I will. But it doesn't work like this. I was afraid, so I didn't do, and then I felt someone to blame him in order to live properly. I don't know. So this was my mind most of the time because I didn't feel fulfilled in a lot of ways. I developed myself in a certain way. I had my work and I was people really appreciate me there, but it wasn't my core. I didn't do what I really want to do in life, and now I'm building the path that I want through you, you know. Do you have something to say about it? Huh? You're just beautiful and quiet today, and I maybe love it, and maybe sometimes I feel that maybe you want to put some words, one word, two. No.
It's your story.
Yeah, it's mine. We were married for 6 years after 6 years of relationship, friendship. So it was 12 years overall.
How can you summary 12 years
Yeah,
in 30
into
minutes?
a video
20.
of 20 minutes. I don't know, but
But basically what happened, they broke up after long time, yeah. And she got back home.
What really dropped the coin, and I understood that I don't want to be there anymore. It's when we wanted to have kids. Like at first I didn't want. I was young and 25. I don't want kids. I need to fulfill myself. I need to, I don't know, achieve stuff. And after a while, something in me started to want kids. He wanted kids since I know him. And something in me started to be ripe, you know?
Bubble.
Yeah, and to bubble. And then all this story of kids, and it's like big story that I will not open it up now. Maybe if you want, I will do a video about it. But
Basically, they have been trying for a long time, for 4 years.
something like that.
And with everything, treatments, not everything, but a lot of things. And it didn't work. And usually, like, we believe that when it doesn't work, so it means like your body wants to tell you something. So maybe there is a reason your body is not letting you, and you need to think like why. There is more, you know, than just
The physical.
like if your body gives you, for example, ill, if you're sick, it means like you need to rest. It means something like happened. It means it doesn't mean like okay, I'm sick and that's it. That without really an emotional thing. It's always connect. Like
Your
there is a
soul
reason.
want to tell you something through your body. It's like, for me, it's the path right now in my life, and I don't think it will change ever, because this is how life works, how our body works, how our soul works. When she wants our soul wants to deliver something, to say to you something, it's through the body. So your knees start hurting, your belly start hurting, I don't know, something you did that it's not good emotionally and physically. Also kids, it was a higher level. After that I went to a treatment and something spiritual, and he opened my mind to this idea, and then back then I started the path of this and what how I'm today and how I live my life today according to that. But I know that my body, my soul didn't want to be there, so that's why it's not really.
You didn't get pregnant.
Yeah, I couldn't really bring something life into life that I don't want to live. So
This is a different story.
yeah, this is the connection.
Basically, like they broke up and she got back home to my parents' house, and this was the time like she started her own path and way to think, okay, what do I want to do with my life? So it was like breaking up from relationship and quitting job and
Everything. Like I started from scratch actually, and then Ayelet also was in the army. She did basically something similar to what I did in the army. So we're basically the same person, but not. You understand?
No, we're different.
Of course. So she was in the army and I was in a room because my room wasn't in my house anymore. Like they changed everything. So I was in a room, and we every time she got back from the army, we used to sleep together and to hug. And she helped me a lot because I'm the one who dig and dig and dig and need
Speak and speak.
to speak
and
and
contain.
speak.
I don't know if they know that.
Because I think that people think that you are the one who's
Yeah.
speaking because
In the camera, that's what happened, but no, listen.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, think what you think.
Yeah.
What you want.
What you want.
What you want.
Ayelet contained me in a lot of ways that time, and I felt also that I need all the time one partner at least in order to share my things, and Ayelet was my partner in that time because I remember how the first night was really weird, like I'm not hugging someone. Yeah, we used to hug every night for 12 years, and now you will say to me, he's the keeper, wow, what did you do? And I know now I think I'm going through into closing a circle with him. It's not with him as we're speaking, it's like with him in my mind and my soul, that it was real love and it was compassion and it was relationship, like good relationship, yeah, but we weren't aware really in order to develop together as a one unit and not develop separated.
So people learn from that.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I feel that nobody really
They had the first connection.
Yeah,
They
it's not
had,
only the first.
like they were suits to each other. It's not that they weren't. It's not like you look at them and what are you doing together? No, they were really they knew how to work together. But the problem was to not really continue developing the relationship and not
It's like
continue
not
together and
to understand that you need to invest in a relationship every day.
yeah,
It's not something that you buy, put it on the shelf, and that's it.
every day.
Like you really, it's like a plant. You need to all the time put water to see if he's okay, to talk to him, to
Yeah.
really develop it, and so
To be in others' life also. You cannot come only in the night, sleep, and go in the morning. Like it has to be more than that in relationship. It needs to be every day speaking, because one day you miss, you don't know what will happen.
It's
Like,
true. And I don't think also that we didn't do that, like we did it, but I feel that we didn't really open, or I will talk about myself, I didn't really open the thing that bothers me real, and I feel that I used to speak around the area and not to give the point.
Communication.
Yeah.
Communication.
Because I was afraid that he will not love me, that he will not accept me, and everything is a mirror to me, because if I am not ready to speak about it, means that I'm not accepting it in myself. You understand? So confident communication, understanding, going into the same path. Like I can come to Ayelet and something is bothering me, and I don't know. I'm in the unknown now, but I need to trust her to be my friend now, or my sister, to support me, even though it will be hard, or even though it's something on her that I'm saying I don't like something in your way, and it will be, but to understand that from here, if I'm putting my authenticity on the table, from here we just grow. will not go back. It's like we grow because she wants me to be in the best version and I want her to be in the best version of her. So this is what I feel that I didn't understand back then in order to develop my relationship. And I feel also that nobody really speak about that. It's not that you are going into school, that I feel that school, that's what they need to do, not to math and I don't know, stupid stuff that I love math, okay? I love math. It doesn't matter, but for me, this communication, understanding, confidence, all these things that I feel that nobody teaches you.
Like confident, it's one of like to accept yourself.
Yeah, accept yourself, like
and
to understand
yourself.
who you are and to understand that it's okay. You know, me and David, we had
like
this conversation in the living room, and she told me, I understand how much you don't accept yourself in a lot of ways, and on the other hand, you really accept yourself, like you really love yourself, and so it's contradiction, and I know that, like I'm in that path that I have all the time contradiction in myself, and all my journey is to just accept who am I? This is me, and not feel
For example, I'm jealous now. The question if I will kill myself inside and I will be like, you're stupid, what are you doing? Why are you so jealous? Or I'll be like, okay, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
And accept it.
I'm jealous of
maybe try to change it,
but acceptance. You know, we're afraid from acceptance because sometimes our mind thinks that if we will accept something, this is our life. Now, this is who am I. Jealous person, but this is the tricky thing in life. When you accept something, you really be prepared to the change. The change come after the acceptance. So
this is the lesson for
check
today.
it.
Thank you very much for listening to Bar. Love you a lot.